Thank you all so much for being here. This is amazing. All right. Welcome to Wizard Nights. Hashtag Wizard Nights if you want to. Thank you all so much for coming. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be doing a reading of the official prequel. It's not really a prequel. The Pops called Dude, Where's My Fantastic Beast? Or 30 short films about magical New York in 1926 and the time a Pop came for a quick visit and the disaster that followed, which is bound to be a lot of fun. It is a drinking game, so if you have a drink in your hand, anytime, whoa, great, and you all are also prepared. Anytime we say the word fantastic and beast together, take a drink of that, and also what you're going to do is anytime we say it, you're going to go, fantastic, and then you're going to take a drink. So, fantastic beast. Fantastic! It happens a lot. Yeah, beast this time, because we did this last weekend. Yeah. Very quickly. So, yeah. Oh, and also joining us for this one, I forgot to mention this last time. For this reading, we have special. Our swings are joining us for this one. They know all the parts of Puff, which is great. All right. So, let's get started. Thank you all again so much for being here. Dude, where's my fantastic beast? Fantastic! Yep. Or 30 short films about magical New York in 1926 when a pup came for a quick visit and the disaster that followed. Film 1 of 5. Written by Matt Cox in his screenwriting debut. Scene 0! Exterior, Europe. Somewhere in 1926. A very destroyed home. A single wooden door stands amidst the destruction. Carnage. Horror. Europe. Scary. Several people that we can only assume are wizards because they are holding sticks inched toward the ruined home. These aren't your ordinary average wizards. These are 1920s wizards. A couple of real hotsy-totsy magical bonus Melonuses. And they are all immediately murdered by a bright light. The camera pans around their lifeless hotsy-totsy bodies. A figure enters the frame, his back to the camera. This is Surprise Johnny Depp! Who's there? What that something he is staring at might be made very clear at the end of these films. However, it might also not. A single wooden door opens and a man steps out of it. He looks into the night sky and screams, "Curse you, Surprise Johnny Depp! Curse you!" The image of the man cursing Surprise Johnny Depp becomes a magical moving newspaper with the headline, "Local man angry at dark wizard." Scene. A newspaper office. Still 1926. We're now in a newspaper office. A couple of ace wizard reporters work at their desk. They are George Wallace, Betty Smith, Harold Hendry. They are British.
We gotta hurry up. The boss is gonna be here any minute.
We need headlines. We need more headlines.
I have a few ideas.
Shut up, Harold!
Still poses on them yelling at stupid Harold as a title appears. Film 1. Headlines and deadlines. The film resumes. A door opens as the editor enters.
All right, George, Betty, Harold, what you got? We gotta get to these papers to the press, and we need headlines. It's Europe, it's 1926, there's a lot going on.
George stands up.
Dark wizard on the rise, nobody's safe. I like it, it's in the paper.
School of Magic and Magic on extra security lockdown.
People care about kids, it's great, and it's in the fucking paper.
Oh, look over at Harold! A sad, sad, pathetic sack of Harold. He's probably eating a sandwich or something.
Maybe we could focus on how the intense wizard activity of late is affecting the day-to-day lives of non-magical folks. And like, maybe something about how we could consider them every once in a while.
What the fuck? If you were to die, I would not bore you death. My wizard god. Dinner. What else we got?
Anti-wizard sentiment on the rise. Regular people hate the wizards they don't know exist.
It's in the fucking paper.
We don't like them.
That has now magically already been printed, and it's in the fucking paper I'm holding now.
Oh, slowly look at Harold.
Is soccer the new quiz?
You shut up! Right now! I will stab you! I will go to jail for your death, and I won't care! Jesus Merlin Christ! We have no time, Harold, so it's in the paper. But you're fired. Get out of this office. Soccer, I'll sock you. How about that? I'm the editor.
Harold! They all leave. Harold opens his desk and pulls out a poorly made hand-drawn newspaper with a crude drawing of the Statue of Liberty with the headline, Harold Goes to America, is finally loved and appreciated by some. Camera pans! And we see him looking longingly at it.
You'll make it there one day, Harold. A place where everyone is free to be who they want to be. A place where people are free. America.
Close up on Harold's face as a single tear forms. We follow the tear as it drops onto the Statue of Liberty and transition to Liberty Island. The image on the paper becomes real. A boat glides past the Statue of Liberty on a big, bright, beautiful day that will almost certainly lead to the city's doom. The camera pushes in on a figure seated on a bench wearing a stylish blue coat and carrying a worn brown leather case. This man is Eddie of the House Redmayne. It's got a capital M in the middle so that it sounds magical. He's a very awkward gentleman who is only ever truly understood by his beast. This means he makes minimal eye contact and is maybe a little twitchy. He always seems a little surprised and delighted that he continues to be Eddie Redmayne. The latch on his case opens. Eddie closes it and looks around, panicked.
Whoa! When did I get on a boat?
The exit closes. The title, Film 2, A Puff Comes to America. Resumed, Eddie closes the case and exits the boat.
But look, here I am, Arizona.
Interior, New York. No, New York. Just a shot of New York, all of it. B, Customs. Moments later, after all those New York shots, we see a line of people holding the same case as Eddie, because everyone owns that case. Eddie walks over to the boat and makes his way to a customs official. He is American, which means he is not up for any British shenanigans.
England, first time in New York?
Hi, Arizona, actually, thank you.
You're in New York.
New York, oh, brother Eddie. You done it again.
Any livestock in that case?
Just my beasts. Fantastic.
Son, can you look me in the eyes?
Yep, sure.
Eddie sat down. And
I'm going to have to take a look in this case.
Let me just flip the switch.
Eddie flips the switch. The customs official grabs the case and opens it, revealing one single pair of yellow and black socks.
What's the purpose of your trip, son?
I'm taking a magic bird to here, Arizona.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to New York.
New York, oh, Eddie. You done it again.
Eddie leaves, shaking his head the entire way out.
English types. It's funny, though, I have that exact same bag. Next!
Camera fast zooms in on a regular newspaper that was sitting on the customs official's desk. The headline reads, City Block Destroyed. Another paper appears. This one is accompanied by a picture of a wizard with a grave demeanor. We'll call him Graves. Subway station also destroyed. Mysterious man seen smirking. Is he who he says he is? One last paper. Is Bucketball the new kick the can? A bank. A man sits at a bench, patiently waiting, reading the newspaper. This man is Francis Hopkins. He opens a bag sitting next to him. It is full of expensive, shiny objects. He leaves it open. We hear Francis's thoughts.
Just breathe, Francis. You've got the collateral, you've got the dream, and you've got no competition. You're the bee's knees. You're gonna be just fine.
Francis watches as another man sits nearby him with a rough leather briefcase. This other man is Jacob. He's great. Francis eyes the briefcase as if to say, I've got the same one at home. Addie enters, acting strangely, and sits down next to Jacob. Francis eavesdrops on their conversation.
So, what brings you here?
Same as you.
You're here to get a loan to open up a bakery?
Francis suddenly perks up and becomes much more interested in this conversation.
Yes.
Francis' face loses all color. We hear Jacob.
God, what are the odds, huh? 2 bakers. Oh, man. Well, may the best man win, I guess.
Francis' eyes open wide. The title appears, Film 3, The Third Baker. We momentarily see all sorts of beasts, some sort of beast, stealing all of Francis's things. All the while we hear the voice inside Francis's head.
Okay. Against all odds, 2 other people are also here to get a loan to start a bakery. But that can't get you down. You can't let your wife and kids down. Not again. Not again. You're gonna get your bakery. You got enough heirlooms and gold jewelry here to prove you're a viable asset.
Eddie sees his fantastic beast. The dives underneath Francis, who jumps out of the way. Eddie runs away. Francis grabs his bag. All of his things are gone. Francis freezes. Francis freezes. Scene 6. A bathroom. Moments later, Francis is vomiting. His hopes, his dreams, gone.
Yep, that's me, all right. Old Francis Hopkins. And somehow I found my way down to the dumps again. You see, I've had a dream of reopening up my Grand's bakery since I was a lad. I thought today was the day to take my first step up that ladder to that dream, but instead, I fell down a couple of rungs and hit my ass on the ground hard.
He rises up, this time with a look of determination.
What are you doing, Frankie boy? You still got your mind? You ain't lost that like your grandpappy did.
See, the bank hallway. Moments later, Francis exits the bathroom. He sees Eddie standing at an elevator and Jacob standing at the opposite end of the hallway.
Ah, there's the other two bakers.
Oh, hey, English guy. You forgot your egg.
All of a sudden, Jacob is pulled to Eddie, and in a flash of light and a small pop sound, they vanish. Francis stands, slack-jawed. A woman with mustard on her face also runs by and also immediately vanishes. Francis slowly backs into the bathroom. The camera stays there for a moment, and we hear more vomiting sounds. Scene! Half an hour later, the bank. There are many police officers standing around inside the bank. Francis stumbles up to Mr. Bingley, bank manager, sitting with a bag of ice on his head. Francis walks over to him.
Mr. Bingley, I'd like to apply for a loan to open a bakery.
Is this your idea of a joke? Get out of here, and I never want to see you again.
Sir, a rodent stole my money, sir, and then I watched two men disappear.
Police! This lunatic is harassing me.
Several police officers tackle Francis in a very painful way. He does not get up. They lift him up and carry him off.
That'll teach him to talk to me. Mr. Bingley, bank manager.
The camera pans and we see a wizardy figure standing behind Mr. Bingley.
But we both know, Bingley, that's not who you really are. Revelio!
With a wave of wand, Mr. Bingley slowly starts to morph into Surprise Johnny Depp. Who smiles?
Feel a bit, just a little.
What?
Will we die? Just a little.
What? What does that mean?
It'll be... No,
Never mind. Come on, I'm taking you somewhere where you will definitely never escape.
just a little.
Scene! The two shovel off and out the building. The camera, however, takes a sharp right turn into an alleyway behind the bank. Out of nowhere, Eddie and Jacob, he's still great, appear. Jacob is pretty freaked out, but maybe not as freaked out as he should be. Pause title, film 4, A Pup Comes to America, part 2. Eddie talks to his cute thief beast.
Hey, we talked about this. Stealing is wrong. Okay, lesson learned about my beast getting out of my case.
Fantastic.
I didn't say that. Won't happen again.
Eddie very forcefully shoves the beast into the case. He turns to Jacob.
Okay, what was that?
Look, I really can't explain. It doesn't concern you that I'm a wizard. I'm from England. Magic is real, always has been. We've even got a ministry over there for it in London. You can get there at this phone booth at this address.
Here, Jacob, a small piece of paper.
I've got a big bag of bees right here. Fantastic one. Magic bees. I guess now you've seen a whole lot more than you're supposed to already. So now I'm going to hold what will look like a stick up to you, but it's really actually a wand. Oh, wizards have them. Okay, where is my wand?
Eddie feels for his wand.
Okay, I'm going to turn around and look for it. You don't run away.
Jacob grabs the case and hits Eddie with it. He runs away.
Oh, Eddie, you didn't tell him he couldn't hit you with his case and then run away. Oh, Eddie. I did what I could. Time to carry on with my life.
Eddie walks down the alleyway. He sees another woman, Tina, whose face is now completely covered in ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise. He tries to play it real cool. Maybe he starts to do a strut. He just finger guns at her. She grabs his arm using magic. Scene, a different alleyway. Tina and Eddie appear using magic. Tina punches Eddie. Some of the mustard ketchup mayonnaise also flies off.
Who are you? I'm Eddie Redmayne. I'm a wizard. It's very nice to meet you. I'm a wizard. Tell that to
wipe the mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, and the saliva off of her face.
Sorry, I was eating a hot dog. Mentally eating hot dogs is a staple of our culture. Another staple is not letting beasts loose in the city.
What about Fantastic Monster?
Beast!
Well, it was an accident.
Tina punches Eddie again.
Baloney. Well, the timing of your accident is very poor and very relevant to another major plot taking root in our city. I'm taking you in to the Magical Congress of the United States of America, and also its territories of Puerto Rico, Guam, and American Samoa.
Tina, hold up her ID card. We see in large letters the name of the wizard government, Makusa, Puerto Rico, American Samoa. We see her title, Bald Eagle Squad Power Task Force. There's just a ton of bald eagles on the card.
Some kind of investigator?
Maybe. No. Yes. I am a very big deal, and I am real respected, so I better get some more respect out of you. Now then, you took care of the nomad, right?
The what?
The nomad.
Huh?
The nomad.
The what?
The nomad.
The what?
The not wizard. No magic, nomad.
No man.
Scene! A crude wooden boat, the 1400 day. A couple of early English settlers stand on the bow of a ship looking to the mass of land they are slowly approaching. They are also wizards.
Reginald, do we keep the same words for magic stuff as we had in English?
I told you I'm not. Everyone knows the words already, and they are good words.
A very, very fancy dressed wizard steps forward with a big long wig. He is very fancy. This is Marcy Partsy.
Nay! Nay, I say! We shall have no words for everything!
Title, Note 5, Wizard Words and How We End Up with Them.
Yay! Such a good idea from Marcy Partsy, everyone's favorite historical wizard.
Alrighty, so then, what are we going to call non-wizard folk, like the many surrounding us on this boat who are currently looking at us?
We've been out to see that everyone on the boat is looking at them due to Marcy's general exuberance. Let's continue about the business.
A word for non-wizard.
Yes, a word of utmost importance. A word that we shall take the utmost care to take the time to come up with the proper word for the people who can do no mag with us. That's it. No mag. We are done with the word. We have it. It is that forever. I am writing it down. Here. Okay, great. Now I believe I am at this very moment now dying of my scurvy. Yes, the scurvy is doing me in as I speak. Oh dear. Oh death. It even comes for the greatest among us. Keep the word. Let it be the legacy of Marcy Partsy.
And Marcy Partsy is dead.
Do you want to come up with something else?
No, we can stick with nomad. Besides, I don't know how to write.
Neither do I.
Steve! The alleyway! The same shot of Eddie from the scene prior to the short film.
You liked his memory, yes?
Oh, Eddie.
Mr. Redmayne, that's a section A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're coming with me.
She punches him one more time, spit flies everywhere, and they vanish. Using magic. Steve! The Woolworth Building! Close our newspaper, the New York Wizard Times. It has a simple headline of, I think they're on to us. We pan out to see a newspaper boy holding a stack of them.
Extra! Wizard's not hiding very well! More homes destroyed! Extra!
A man walks up. He is not a wizard.
Wizards, eh? I'll take 12.
The camera moves past them and into the building behind. It goes past the goblin, down an elevator shaft, into the Makusa Poorer American Samoa lobby. The glorious lobby. A lobby full of all the magical happenings one might find in America. Hanging ominously from the ceiling is a large clock labeled magical exposure threat level. The dial is currently pointing to 2 words. Uh-oh. The camera travels down until it settles on 4 school children, Adam, Sheila, Robert, and Lil Becky, who are on a wizard field trip being led by a teacher, Miss Eisner. Sheila raises her hand.
Miss Eisner, I'm bored.
Title, Film 6, Fantastic Field Trips!
Sheila May Jones, you are in the heart of American wizard government. How can you possibly be bored?
There's just a lot going on. I'm tired.
I want chocolate.
I'm kind of enjoying myself.
Thank you, Robert.
Except I'm not. It's Easter.
Continuing on, if you look above, you will see the magical exposure threat level clock thing that charts just how in danger we are being discovered and what could lead to a version of the Salem trials on a global scale and the death of all magic users. So for that reason, we stay very hidden. And that's been the way ever since the Magic Congress of the good old US of A was founded in 1693. And that concludes the History of Magic in North America portion of our tour. Any questions? Adam.
Yeah, a couple. So the country wasn't called the United States of America until Thomas Jefferson coined it in an early rough draft of the Declaration of Independence in June of 1776. So where did the wizards get the name?
Magic. Any other questions?
So, we're really afraid of being discovered by the non-magic people, right?
Yes, terrified. Defining characteristic, I think.
So in that case, why is the seat of our government in New York one of the most populous cities in the world? Wouldn't it make more sense to operate out of a rural area?
I think that's enough questions.
So wait, all of the secrecy American Wizards government is based on finds its organs in the death of 20 people at the Salem witch trailer? Yes?
Yes, and it was very tragic.
But 20 people isn't a whole lot, right? There's fighting upstairs. However, in the grand scheme of life, the world, there had to be plenty more witches and wizards in America at the time. And with the amount of American colonists who died from disease, the number must pale in comparison to the amount of magical people who died of new diseases. Unless, of course, they could heal themselves with magic. But in that case, since there were few secrecy laws at the time, why didn't they help everybody else?
Yeah, and plus, Salem had a population of somewhere around 500 to 600 in 1692. And witches and wizards had been coming to this country since before Europeans were. There must have been a large amount of wizards already. Why didn't they just fly over and obliviate
Children, I think we've had about enough of this room.
But Mrs. Eisner, we didn't even touch on magical history from the perspective of the first Americans.
Yeah. Yeah, what about the Native Americans and their influences to our culture?
Should we evacuate?
The film momentarily comes apart, and we see the film reel slowly burn in air, a momentary black screen, then the following appears. Apologies, audience. Film number 7, History of Magic of the First Americans, has been removed due to a lack of foresight, research, and perhaps a general bit of common sense. We apologize. The film returns, and the classroom of kids all look confused and a little appalled.
Yes. Now let us continue the tour. Right this way.
Mr. Eisner opens up an unlocked door into a highly secret meeting with the president of Magic America, Graves, and 2 members of Bald Eagle Magic Force Special Squad, or whatever I called them moments ago. They are gathered around the table looking at files.
Yes, indeed, things are looking very grave indeed, Mr. Graves. In fact,
They stop and look at the incoming classroom. The kids all look around in wonder.
As you can see, children, the president is currently having a top secret meeting, and some big information is being discussed.
Ms. Eisner, are we supposed to be in here?
Adam, there is an open, always unlocked door policy. Anyone can waltz in whenever, wherever. Now, let's continue on.
The classroom of students slowly exit as the camera stays isolated on Madam President and the others. Title, Film 8, Meetings with Madam President.
as I was saying, the International Confederation is threatening to send a delegation. They think this could be linked to surprise Johnny Depp's attack in Europe.
No, this isn't him. Neither am I. I'm not him either. In case anyone was wondering, no. This was a bee. Fantastic.
Tina and Eddie enter. The fancy people all turn and look at them.
Madam President! Tina! Get the fuck out of here!
Yes, ma'am.
Tina exits, then sheepishly re-enters.
But I found this guy who is very strange. And
Tina?
Tina!
Look at me.
Look at me!
Great. Okay.
Now get the fuck out of here!
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Tina exits, then sticks her head in.
Okay, but just one thing real quick, ma'am, that seems very relevant to what you were actually just talking about
I
right
will
now.
put you in the murder chair if you do not
Yes, ma'am.
Tina closes the door. A moment of silence as the president stews. Mr. Graves breaks that silence.
I did mention that I'm not Johnny Depp yet.
Scene! The Juan Permit Office. A shot of a newspaper. The headline reads, "Sudden cut to Juan Permit Office. Begins sequence of dastardly events that moves the plot forward." Paper is lowered, and a woman is smoking a comically large cigar. This is Dorothy Hammermeister. She is speaking to a quiet gentleman, Thomas.
Mom, do we suck?
Film 10! A day at the Permit Office.
What?
I think we might suck. I think we might be considered like the bottom of the ladder sort of job at this joint. The opposite of the cat's meow.
Do they really think that about us?
I mean, just the other week they sent that Tina Porco, what's her name, from like a big detective job down here to prove a point. Like, it's an insult or something that she has to work here with us.
But it's a necessary job, giving out lawn permits.
Yeah, but I've been thinking, is it? So, the no Magaboosians, they got those guns, right? And they've got some pretty loose restrictions on those. They even got like an amendment, whatchamado-it in their Bill of Rights or whatchamacallit. What if we decide to be all high and mighties?
Yeah, but we can't just give a wand to anybody.
But over in merry old England, they give them whatchamacallit, children. Immediately. And they get to take them around everywhere. And they even teach you how to do wandless stuff at the school. I don't know, I just don't know. I just don't know. I guess I just feel insulted. Like, maybe my life has hit a dead end.
Well, maybe something will come along and make you forget all about your bad memories?
Maybe, Thomas. Maybe.
Tina and Eddie enter. Dorothy flips her off. Tina sits down and begins going through files.
Okay, Mr. Redmayne, you were just in GIMP, correct?
Yep, I just completed a year in the field. I'm writing a book about the Fantastic Beasts. Fantastic! You want to know what it's called? It's called Fantastic Beasts.
where you can find them?
Eddie's mind is blown.
Wow! 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 How did you? Fantastic beast!
Fantastic!
And where you cannot not find them. Wow!
All right, never mind that, Mr. Redmayne. It's very dangerous to have that case and those beasts running around.
Graves has entered behind them!
You said?
Mr. Graves,
That's me. I'm Mr. Graves. Why, did someone ask?
this here is Mr. Redmayne, and he has a beast in that case, sir.
Let's see it. Why don't we?
Tina's so happy, someone's finally listened to her. She pulls up the case, places it on her desk. She opens it. Inside the case, it's full of pastries. Eddie is very confused. Graves eats a pastry.
Whoever made these bees should get along. Open a bakery. Bye, Tina.
Graves walks away. Eddie and Tina look at each other. Eddie looks at the case. Eddie looks back to Tina. And then he looks back at the case. And then he looks back at Tina. Eddie lifts up the pastries and looks underneath them. Eddie tries to jump inside the case. Pastries go flying. Eddie looks at Tina. Eddie looks at the case. Eddie looks at Tina. Eddie tries to jump back into the case. He jumps out of the case.
Dude! Where's my fantastic beast?
Film 11! Dude! Where's my fantastic beast? Steve! Jacob's room! Day! Jacob enters with a case. He briefly looks at a newspaper on the table, which is an ad for that same leather case that everybody owns. He puts the case down. He looks to a portrait of his grandmother.
Grandma. Wizards apparently are real. But you know what? I'm just going to stick to my regular routine.
The case opens. A tiny, ferocious, rat-like beast lurches out. It latches onto Jacob's neck. Blood flies everywhere. As Jacob bleeds, we see his eyes open wide as more beasts escape, including a very horny rhino thing who smashes through the wall. Then the rat beast comes back for more. The camera follows as the rat beast jumps out the window into the apartment below Jacob. Everyone is confused at the noise and destruction above them. They see the rat. It's too late. The rat eats them. Completely, graphically. They are dead. We follow the rat beast as it utterly exterminates many other tenants of the building. People with dreams, people with hope, people who bleed. The rat makes its way back into Jacob's room. Jacob screams. The camera pans in the dark, empty void of Jacob's mouth. Darkness. Scene 16. Tina and Eddie stand outside of Jacob's thoroughly destroyed home. Eddie spies one of his fantastic... One of the bugs flying around. He shrugged. Not important. The two walk through the ground towards a police officer with an authentic, very real New York accent.
Everyone stand back! It was just a gas explosion, just your standard run-of-the-mill fast-moving gas explosion. And someone ought to do something about it. Wait, that's my job.
Film 12! Authentic New York police officering! Eddie and Tina walk up to the officer.
Excuse me, you two, you can't go up there. As you can see, this is a major crime scene.
Yes! We,
Works for me, off you go. Good police officering, Jerry. Good police officering.
And film 12. Film 13! Dude, where's my fantastic beast part 2? Scene 17! Eddie enters and quickly repairs the damage to the walls. There are still bloodstains everywhere. Eddie sees the case and closes it.
Wait, was that just open?
a little. I wouldn't worry too much.
Eddie opens the case again.
Dude! Where's my fantastic beast?
Tina sees Jacob.
Oh my God, he's bleeding. He is bleeding a lot. Holy shit.
The rat beast lunges at Tina. Fangs drawn, ready to draw blood. Eddie wrestles it and throws it back into the case.
Found one!
Jacob opens his eyes. Eddie holds his wand up to his head.
Hey, I know you.
Okay, I'm gonna
the wand.
No, you can't.
But you've been saying the whole time.
Well, now we need him as a witness.
Why?
Is that quite serious?
No, maybe. Okay, I'm going to be honest. He might shoot fire out of his butt. Maybe, probably not. He probably won't shoot fire out of his butt. I'm bringing up the idea that he might shoot fire out of his butt, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. But I also wouldn't get your hopes up about seeing some flames out of anus action. Fire butt, I don't know.
Okay, see, this is why people don't like you.
You leave them out of it. They are harmless and fantastic. Completely harmless.
We hear the voice of that police officer with the real New York accent on the floor below them.
Holy shit, we got a lot of dead bodies in this place!
You two are coming with me.
Scene 17, Tina's apartment. We are now in Tina's apartment.
To my apartment.
Tina's sister, Queena, enters the room.
Okay, Queena. Queena, this is Eddie Redmayne, and he is causing a lot of problems. And that is Jacob. He's just great. And he's also a nomad.
Who may or may not later shoot fire out of his butt. Maybe, probably not.
Queena goes to Jacob.
Oh, and he also hasn't eaten all day. And oh, that's rough. He didn't get the money for his bakery.
Hey, you can read minds.
Mm-hmm. But don't worry.
Most guys think that when they first meet me. And then they think that when I tell them. Oh, and they always picture that. And then they think that same sentence. And then that. And that. And that. Oh, I've never heard that one before. And they always picture that.
Jacob's very confused. Queena really puts a little too much sexual emphasis on the bottle of food.
Who wants food, Mr. Redmayne? Do you prefer pie or toast or strudel?
Are you implying something with that?
This guy prefers toast or strudel.
Queena uses her wand and magically assembles the toaster strudel. She heats it up with more magic. It delicately falls onto a plate.
Eat up. Boop, boop, boop.
I think I prefer pie, actually.
We don't actually have the ingredients to make pie. We just have strudel. Everyone always wants toasted strudel.
Was that specifically a strudel making spell, Christy?
Microwavios.
Jacob, nice! Some falls out of his mouth.
Oh my god, it's still like ice cold in the middle.
Silly me. Microwavios for an extra 30 seconds.
Poor man. Jacob takes another bite. It all falls out of his mouth.
Oh, that's hot. It's so hot.
Jacob's neck begins to bleed more, and he passes out. See, Tina's upstairs room. Jacob and Eddie are laying down in a very, very small bed.
Good night. Sleep tight. And don't let any more beasts out.
Okay. Hey, by the way, you got some strudel on your face.
The camera pans, and indeed, Tina does have strudel all over her.
Okay, well, the toilets are down the hall to the right. And remember, you're both in custody of the American wizard government, so don't leave. I'm trusting you. Good night.
The door closes. Eddie immediately springs up, opens the case, he puts his foot in it, and pastries go everywhere.
What's wrong, Kate?
Eddie pulls a different case over and jumps inside. He disappears. He pops back up, motions for Jacob to follow.
Yeah, okay, nothing weird about that.
Jacob falls to the case. See? Eddie's case! Jacob crashes into a wooden shed. It's a bit of a mess. Lining the walls are various pieces of paper with potential titles for books. We see really cool beasts and where they like to hang out with their friends. Fantastic beasts! Fantastic! And why they are so fantastic! Fantastic! Captain Fantastic! And 8 reasons these beasts are fantastic. Fantastic! Number 7 will shock you. Suddenly, Eddie just starts stabbing Jacob with needles.
Hey, out, stop it. Here, take these.
Eddie throws a few things at him.
And eat these, drink this, and watch out for this.
Then he picks up a swooping beast and just throws it and elongates and howls directly at Jacob's face. Jacob in a terrifying manner. Eddie brings it back. He smiles.
Hey, come on, why'd you do that?
Pretty, fantastic. I've been studying this one, and I'm pretty sure his venom could be used to make people forget bad memories. Did you get that?
Yeah.
This venom, it will make people forget bad memories.
Yeah, I got it.
Like if it rained this stuff. Bye-bye, bad memories.
Pause. Eddie throws the swooping beast at Jacob again.
Cut it out!
Sorry, couldn't remember if I did that yet. Want to see my other bees?
Eddie does a weird eyebrow thing and then winks.
Come on!
Eddie opens the door to scene 20, Eddie's case. Suddenly, we are in a brand new world. A somewhat shoddily hobbled together world which looks something like a very poorly constructed petting zoo. Eddie is standing in a sandbox with a big sign that says Arizona. Next to him is a very large bird beast. As it flaps its wings, we hear the sound of thunder.
Hey, what is that?
This is Frank. He's real majestic, friendly, and social.
Jacob takes a step towards it, and he becomes very serious.
Do not take one more step or he will totally eat your head. Frank's the reason I'm here. To take him home to Arizona. Ain't that right, Frank?
Camera pans onto the face of Frank, the Thunderbird, film 14, inner monologues of the majestic bird of thunder. We hear the voice of the Thunderbird in his head. He's...
Damn it, Eddie. Come on, man. How many times do I have to try and tell you I'm from Wisconsin? Man, I can just fly there. If you let me, I got real big wings. Oh, he's hugging me again.
Eddie is hugging Frank.
Well, maybe this guy's using me to get over some personal stuff. Oh, wow. Yep, okay, yep, that's a big hug.
Eddie hugs Frank a little harder.
Oh, come on, man. I get that you're not great with people, but, like, you're great with beasts. Like, come on. This is embarrassing. Now I'm friends with you guys.
The hug ends. Eddie grabs a handful of food, holds it to Frank.
Hey, all right. Ooh.
Eddie throws it and holds it like he's about to throw it.
Oh. Come on, man. Don't make me fly for it.
Eddie throws the food.
Come on. I can't wait till I get out of here.
And that's Frank. Here, I'll show you my other bees.
Scene 21, a montage. So Happy Together starts playing. We see a montage of Eddie playing with his beats, all kind of colorful, crazy creatures. Obbles and bobbles and gropples and wobbles and schnopples and wobbles, wobbles, even mobbles. And then there's a dog with what appears to be flowers glued to its head.
I glued flowers to this dog's head. Pretty fantastic.
The montage continues. More beasts, and each one of them subsequently tries to attack Jacob. Some at Eddie's encouragement. They just have a really nice day. Scene 21. Jacob has a thing of cotton candy. He's eating it when he sees a swirling circle of darkness, doom, despair, and an upcoming advance of plotting. He takes a step towards it. Eddie appears behind him.
Get back!
What is that thing?
Like everything in this case, it's a harmless beast that would murder you in several ways that even I don't fully comprehend. It's called an obscure spear, named for the fact that it's sort of a vague, not easily understood spear.
Yeah, okay, but like, what is it?
I'm afraid I can't tell you. Not yet, at least. Ask me in about 20 minutes. Anyway. I can check to make sure the rest of my beasts are here.
Eddie turns and immediately sees 3 empty pens.
Oh, Eddie. Dude, where's my fantastic beast?
Film 15, dude, where's my beast? Part 3. Eddie turns to Jacob.
I I have to find them before they get hurt.
Yeah, before they get hurt.
Yeah, they're surrounded by the most vicious creatures on the planet. Lions. Where would a creature like that... Where would a creature that likes open areas and just a complete lack of civilization and life go? Now, wait a minute. Let me start.
No. I know just the
Exterior! Staten Island! And they look around.
He messed up because she was trying to say like where would like the most life.
I understand what you were saying. Wait, no, I do know. I know just the place.
Steve! Central Park! Night! A lion walks by. Eddie sees the lion, screams, and jumps into Jacob's arms. Once the lion's gone, he jumps back to the ground.
Okay, we're looking for a large beast. It's going to just be oozing sexual tension. That's how you'll recognize it, okay, Jacob?
Jacob is looking forward, ghostly white. He has already seen it. Camera pans to the not rhino beast. It's oozing sexual tension. Eddie is preparing for the fight of his life.
Eddie, how are you going to fight that thing?
I'm going to have to use the greatest lesson I ever learned.
Steve! A certain school of magic and magic years earlier. A candlelit room. A teacher stands in a satin robe. The teacher is a time-traveling Zack Smith.
What's up, Daddy-O? Zack Smith here.
Film 16 mating rituals as taught by Zack Smith.
Welcome to Magical Creatures class. You can trust everything I say because I'm from the fucking future. Got it? Don't ask any questions, you cake eaters, you dew-droppers. I'm the cat's meow. All the bees drop to their knees when they see me. You know what I'm saying, bees? You 1920-ish fuckers. Hey, we're gonna get some hooch around here. Yeah! Today's lesson, how to seduce a giant elephant, or whatever the fuck that thing is. Seal! Duh! Seal! Remember the seal, yeah? That's right. I'm gonna teach you how to get it on with some bees. Get some nookies for those bees' knees. This guy knows what I'm talking about. Fucking idiot. Okay. The first thing you gotta do is show the creature who is boss.
Zack does a weird, squatty, crouchy thing.
Yow!
Ow!
Get down real low. Dip your balls on the ground. Let out some grunts. Snort. Uh-oh. And then you fuck that beast. It's so hard. Yeah. Fantastic. I'm fantastic. Any fucking questions?
The camera pans to a classroom of 13-year-old children. They all slowly raise their hands.
No questions about me being from the future.
All slowly lower their hands, except for a young Eddie Redmayne.
You, Aqua Kid.
Can you show us that again?
You bet your smooth 13-year-old ass I can.
Here we go! Now, not doing the snorting mating ritual again. It slowly fades into Eddie doing the dance Zack Smith taught him so many years ago. The rhino beast looks very confused. Slowly, it turns to Jacob. It starts to approach Jacob, who turns to run. But as he turns, something inside him shifts.
Oh!
Jacob grasps his stomach.
Oh, my God!
Flames shoot out of his butt. Black flames everywhere. Terrified, the rhino squeals and clambers as fast as it can back in the cave. Eddie runs over and closes it. Eddie looks at Jacob, whose pants are still smoking. He looks at the camera and winks.
Well, I said it probably wouldn't happen.
Eddie opens the case and starts wants to climb in?
Oh, come on then, into the case in the very public place. Hey, that's wrong.
Yeah, it does, Mr. Redman. Yeah, it does.
The two, now friends, laugh together and get into the case. As soon as it closes, Tina shows up, closes it, and grabs it. She starts to scurry in the ice, and she falls. Scene 25, a black screen. We hear a voice. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. A title appears. Film 17, everything you might ever need to know about the Church of the Second Coming of Second Salem or whatever. We're in a church. Everyone in the church has the same weird haircut. There's a little girl over there. Her name's Decency. She's playing hopscotch. It's like a really Puritan version of it.
Witches are real. Witches. Are a big deal.
Over there by her is Mary, who's just nodding in approval. Yeah, so basically there's this church of people, and they hate witches. And, like, they have followers, and they feed children, but they make them read and stuff. And that's Mary. She's the leader. And then we see Credence. He's a sad, sad boy. Yeah, meet Credence. I know. I feel bad for him, too. He's definitely walking around with a dark secret or something, especially because he meets this guy a lot. We cut to a scene of Credence and Graves in an alleyway. Graves is very lovingly holding Credence.
Definitely no magical boy.
Graves is very close to Credence.
Sweet, lovely. Lovely boy.
Yeah, that's really weird. Because Credence gets beaten by his mother. But that's like super dark. One of these things, so you know. Anyways, this witch-hating church of people have built a bit of a following, and they got a meeting with big-time newspaper editor John Voight. He runs the newspaper, and he's got a senator for a kid, and he laughs at Mary because, well, yeah. You know, he's an insensible, intelligent man. Anyways, so the senator's kid does a big speech, and it's at that moment that a big, magical, spooky, dark special effect, similar to the beginning of the movie, shows up, and it lifts him up, and it tears up his picture, and it leaves him, like, just super dead in front of his dad and all these other people, leading one man in the crowd to stand up and proclaim, "Witches!" Camera stays on him, and a fancy woman who was seated at the same table, who was looking aghast at the horrific scene in front of him, slowly turns to the man at the tux and looks around.
What? Did you just... I mean, yes, what just happened was crazy. But did you just yell witches? Did anyone else hear that? Yeah? Okay. No, you're all looking at me like I'm the asshole right now. Okay, yeah, I agree. We should be focusing on the dead senator, but this adult man just stood up and immediately blamed this on witches. Nobody? Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure, witches!
Yeah, and that's pretty much it for now. Moving on. C-24! The Makusa Parigua American Samoa secret meeting room. A quick shot of the exposure threat level clock. Ding. The dial moves from uh-oh to yikes. We follow the hallways until we are in a room where a very important meeting is taking place. Madam President addresses a room full of wizards from all over the world. A wizard from Switzerland speaks up.
I will not be lectured by the man who let surprise Johnny Depp slip through his fingers.
Yeah, so
That was a good one.
Suddenly, the doors open up to this very important meeting, and that classroom taking the field trip was.
Class, as you can see, we've just managed to walk right into a meeting with all of the important wizards in the world. Next, we're going to see which of their offices we can get into.
They leave. The door swings open. Tina walks in.
I'm sorry, Madam President, but ma'am, yesterday a wizard entered New York with a case. The case.
Her voice slowly starts to trail off, and the camera pans back to the wizards and focuses on two in the very back, the envoys from Canada, Todd and Brian. They're staying on their tiptoes, trying to see. They can barely hear.
Who's that? What's she doing here?
Shh, I don't know. I'm trying to listen.
What's she got in her hands?
I can't see either, Todd. Shut up.
Film 18, the Canadians.
The case? Funny. I got the same case. Funny, eh?
Yeah. Shut up. You gotta stop talking. This is why we don't get invited to the American thing.
We briefly see Eddie in the background coming out of his case.
Arizona! Oh, Eddie.
The crowd, more hubbub.
Oh, great. I missed it.
I think that guy came in a fucking case. Wait. There's another person in the case.
You hear a slight murmur.
No, man. Wait, there's a nomad here?
Wait. That guy brought a nomad? I gotta say something.
Todd, don't say anything. Don't you embarrass us.
Obliviate him! Did you hear that? Everyone loves me. Everyone loves that.
I hated it. I hate you. When we get back to the house, I'm telling the Mountie of Magic they are going to do something about it.
Hey! Obliviate him! That's me! I'm that guy. I said that. I think the moment's passed. It was my 15 minutes. Gone.
Another uproar from the crowd.
I'm back! Yeah!
Don't hurt my beast! They're fantastic! Hurt my beasts!
Oblivion!
Todd. Who's Todd? Brian looks at Todd for a moment. A puzzled look crosses his face.
You're not Todd Revelia.
Todd is slowly revealed to be Surprise Johnny Depp.
Little winter. Just little.
What does that mean?
And with that, Surprise Johnny Depp vanishes.
My business partner, best man at my wedding. Wait a second. My wedding? I don't remember having a wedding. Wait a minute. Who am I? Revelia.
Which one is himself? He slowly morphs into Surprise Johnny Depp.
Give a beat, guy. Just little.
And he vanishes. See? The Christopher of American Samoa, prison cells. Eddie, Tina, and Jacob, who has still not been obliviated. Sit in a cell. The guard takes seconds. Sit in a cell. A guard stands in front of them. Title, Film 19. Dude, where's my fantastic face? Part 4.
Okay, so it's been like 20 minutes. What is one of the obscure sphere things? You know that thing that killed the senator?
It's a spear, an obscure one. Oh, you want more information? I see. Okay. It's an unstable, dark sort of magic cloud that bursts out of a young witch or wizard when their magic is suppressed. It attacks people, and it hates buildings. 100% definitely don't live past the age of 10. That's a rule. None past the age of 10. I write books. So
That's like really, really sad.
A guard opens the cell. Hey, Tina, come with us.
Bye, Jacob. I hope you get your bakery.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
See! The interrogation room. Graves sits at a desk. Eddie and Tina are let in and sit in front of him.
You're an interesting man, Mr. Redmond. Thrown out of a certain school of magic for endangering human lives with a beast.
That was an accident.
27 times. It happened 27 times.
They were all accidents. And the beasts, they were fantastic.
Tell me, why is the current Transfiguration teacher there so fond of you?
I suppose you'll have to watch the next 4 movies to find that out. Mr. Graves.
And you know I will, Mr. Red. But for now, perhaps, you can explain that.
Graves reaches into a case and pulls out a pastry.
A new beast.
That is a cheese dish.
Wrong guy. I have the same one. Now explain that.
He pulls out an obscure sphere.
Yes, okay, so that's an obscure sphere, but it's the actual only harmless thing in that case. I mean that this time. Like, actually.
So it's useless. I can't use it for my own evil plans.
A moment of silence. Graves eventually realizes what he just did.
Not that I have evil plans. Because I'm just a normal, run-of-the-mill, magical detective type. Maybe it's you. Because of that, since it's you, Death, guards, go kill them.
Stands there for a moment, confused.
Don't they need to have a trial or something?
No!
Can't argue with that. Okay, come along now, Mr. Red.
Wait, take Tina too.
He points to Tina.
Put her back in her cell, gotcha.
No! Kill her as well.
Wow. Okay, but, I mean, she's a government employee. As far as I know, she hasn't been involved in legal activity, shouldn't we?
No, I know there are a lot of questions.
Great, works for me.
Come on. Guard takes Tina in any way. Scene! The 2 wizard employees are having a quick chat at their desk. We see Queena walking away in the background.
Hey, Beverly, you still have that priceless set of teacups and coffee mugs, yeah?
I do. They are my prized possession. One of a kind. Don't know what I'd do without them.
Mind if I look at them for a hot second?
Oh, I just let old Queena borrow them for a meeting real quick.
A loud crash! We see in the background. Queena has dropped that tray, and everything on it is broken. Queena starts to run back in their direction.
What the hell, Queena?
Sorry, I just had a mind-reading vision thing. I mean, lady stuff. I'll replace them.
Pause. Betty goes to comfort Beverly. Those 2 people.
You can't.
Rise! Title! And that was film 20. No use crying over spilled coffee. Scene! The death chair room. Tina and Eddie are in a big white room with a chair in it. This is the death chair. Tina talks to the guard.
Please don't do this.
Trust me, it doesn't hurt.
Wait, what is this?
It's the chair.
This is how American wizards kill prisoners? Who came up with this?
Scene! Film 21. Origins of capital punishment in magical America. Next, in the colonial times. The same 2 colonials from the ship earlier stand looking at a prisoner. They are now much older.
Well, here we are. First crime punishable by death committed in Wizard America. How are we going to execute the prisoner?
Well, we've got the spell that kills people, so I figure we'll just want to go with that.
Suddenly, materializing into thin air right next to them, the ghost of Marcy Parksy! Fancy as ever!
Oh, hello! It's me, the ghost of Marcy Parksy, back from my scurvy death to help you out with this whole capital punishment conundrum.
Yes, hey Marty, we thought we'd just go with the old Avada Kedavra.
No! 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 Where's the fun? Where's the uniqueness? Where's the theatricality? This is the new wild!
I think we want something simple, Marty.
Oh, fine. Here, let's think. I'll help you think of something nice, simple, easy, and efficient. I'm just going to take a seat, and I've got it. Okay. So, we've got a chair, and we put it in a room. The chair sits above a pool of, memories. good memories. We show them good memories, but then the boiling black acid death liquid that wipes up from the prisoner, and then they are dead and punished. Wait, done, build it. While I'm here, I'm just going to list off a few other ideas. Okay, United States of America. Write it down. That's the name for our government. Trust me. We're going to want some permits for those wands, but you can leave that for another generation. New York. New York. Never leave New York. Okay, I'm done. And I'm off to teach a few of the native magical beasts around these parts perfect English and teach them all kinds of English sensibilities. Goodbye!
And with that, Marcy Partsy is gone.
Yes, I guess we'll go with all of that.
See? Oh, wait. Words appear on the screen. During that last film, Annie and Tina managed to escape. Gwena helped save Jacob from having his memory erased, who then proved his usefulness by kicking down a high-ranking official's door. The best kind of manager. They grabbed Eddie's case, and then everyone met up, running in a corridor.
Eddie, here's your case. Whoa, how did you get this?
Magic. I kicked the door.
Wow!
Eddie, are there any more people to find?
Yes, one, but...
All stop running. Eddie's real cutesy.
He's invisible.
Everybody laughed.
Oh, Eddie.
Well, looks like we're going to have to get a little bit of information. And there's only one place to get information. A speakeasy.
Sing! A speakeasy! Roaring 20s music brings us into a bar full of all kinds of fascinating creatures. Giants, house elves, goblins. We see a jazz goblin scatting and singing. And then we follow the camera all the way back through the bar and into the dressing rooms, and we see the backup jazz goblin who's having, work as a waitress part-time, talking to herself in a mirror.
What are you doing in a place like this, baby? They told you supposed to be a star. They said you'd be on Wizard Broadway. What did I say? Look at you, down in the dump, only making ace caves, a couple of aces a night. That's it. You're blowing this joint. You're getting out of this life asleep and crying. The bank's closed. She thinks she's so fancy out there, yapping her gums and kicking her gams and her yams for the daddies at the drugstore cowboy. Bravo, even. I'm gonna make something of myself fantastic.
She takes a swig of a drink. She giggles.
Yeah.
Camera runs right up to a couple of patrons sitting at the bar. We hear more of that jazz goblin.
Jazz.
My wife left me.
I lost my job.
Cheers.
They cheers. They drink. They start crying. The camera travels to the door of the bar where Eddie, Tina, Gwena, and Jacob all enter, looking fancy, except Jacob.
All right, let's make this quick and easy.
Jazz.
5 minutes later. The bar! Pure chaos! Wizards officials are arresting all sorts of people. Spells are flying everywhere. We briefly see both jazz goblins being arrested. Eddie and the gang all vanish. Everyone still at the bar continues to fight, and they all briefly stop and take a shot. Then they just start fighting and killing each other again. Scene 34, Macy's department store.
Okay, that mob boss goblin definitely said he'd seen some sort of invisible creature at this Macy's.
Okay, how the fuck did that just work again?
And also, Mr. Redmayne, you gave away your little twig friend that you had in your pocket this whole time.
He didn't have time for that.
And then you got him back because all them wizard officials showed up, but what was your plan to get him back before that?
Oh, Well, better find out. It should be quick and easy.
5 more minutes later. Chaos. Wolf, also a bird, is slithering around the store, destroying everything in Macy's department store. Everyone is screaming. The camera pans further back, and we see two sportscasters sitting at a desk commentating on the events.
Hello, and welcome back to Beast Catching, only on 1920's ESPN Radio.
Film 22, Sports Night.
The only magical sports show on the radio. Beast Catching. Is it the new soccer? Maybe. Tell us where we're at, Bob.
Well, Bob, we're at the Macy's on 34th Street, where a couple of plucky young wizards and a regular guy are currently trying to catch a surprise fifth escape beast. A giant snake that can grow to the size of any room whenever he...
Whoa! We're gonna have to stop you there, Bob. It looks like Eddie has called for Tina to find an insect, which shouldn't be hard to magic into existence.
And double whoa, Tina has managed to just find a regular old roach just hanging out in the Macy's where all of this movement is happening. She's trying to catch it. Oh, she can't. Bob, what is going on?
It looks like Jacob has caught the cockroach. I'm not quite sure where this is going, Bob.
We hear Tina in the background.
Teapot!
Tina has shouted teapot and is holding one up. She can't be counting on him to throw it into... Oh my God.
The regular person has thrown the cockroach, and Tina is attempting to catch it in the tiny teapot. An impossible task. And...
It's in! It's in! The roach has fallen into the teapot, and the snake is following suit, shrinking to the size of a teapot. Wow, just wow, Bob.
Bob, I have to say, this is one of those moments where you will remember just where you were. The moment it happened.
History, Bob. We have witnessed history. Well, it looks like the team is crawling back into their case to return the final piece, and it looks like our time here is done. For Wizard ESPN Radio, I'm Bob.
And I'm Bob. Good night.
The two vanish for a moment. We are in an empty, destroyed Macy's. Then we hear two voices outside the door. Mr. Macy, the boss of Macy's, and Louise, a manager at Macy's.
Mr. Macy, I think that he's very comfortable he's down on the inside. He's nice and incredibly organized. He's so happy.
Well, Louise, if I think it's the BC's, there's definitely a promotion in your future.
They open the door. Both of them for a moment. Just look at the carnage. Absolutely stunned.
Louise, you're fired. And in fact, I'm shutting down Macy's forever.
And that was how Macy's shut down in Wizard America. I never knew. Scene 36! Eddie's case! We see Eddie put the final piece back in the cage and pens. Queena stands looking at a photograph sitting on Eddie's dresser.
Hey, who is she? Oh, her! That's no one.
Queena stares really hard and oddly at Eddie for a moment.
Lestrange, huh? I've heard of them. They're supposed to be really nice, great people.
Please don't read my mind.
Yeah, okay.
Queena definitely continues to do that.
Wow, you two were real close, huh?
I asked you to, but no.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Queena does it even harder.
Wow, you two did a lot of stuff when you was alone with each other.
Hey, stop it.
And wow, that must have been so embarrassing for you.
Stop reading my mind.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Queena then sees another picture on the table. It is of Margaret Jones.
And who is she?
Eddie flashes back to school for a moment. Eddie's talking to a girl. Margaret, Megan's great-grandmother and a fellow pup.
Mind if I take your picture, stranger?
I'd rather you don't.
Eddie takes a picture.
I'm gonna put this on a shelf forever.
And flashback.
What's the cool cat talking about?
School? Wait, you guys got schools? You know, like magic schools? Like here in America?
Yep, the best wizard school in the whole world is in America.
Film 23, a quick argument.
Yeah, huh?
No,
Yes, it is. It definitely is.
oh, except it's not.
Oh, right. This coming from an expelled pup.
Hi.
Hey, what's a pup? Can I ask that?
A puff is just a person who was lucky enough to find themselves placed into a group of really nice people who take classes together, who help each other, and are real good friends with each other, and are loyal and kind to all.
everyone does.
Yeah, right. Hey, what house were you in at the American Miss High and Mighty? American School Miss High and Mighty?
Quiet.
Huh?
I was a wudgie.
What was that? I'm a wudgie, okay? Yeah, that's right, take that!
That's the bird with the thunder! Great! The thunderbird screeches! Eddie looks at his bird!
What's that, boy? Danger?
Tina walks up to Eddie.
You think it's something serious?
I'm sure it's nothing.
They stand there for a moment. They look at each other. They look out. One sighs. Next, 20-ish minutes later, Times Square. The four stand and watch as a gigantic cloud of doom, destruction, and credence rips through New York City. Lots of people are just getting murdered by this cloud. Cars are being ravaged. Every building on 43rd and 8th Avenue is destroyed except one. Briefly, we see Credence, but then the ceiling crashed. Briefly, we see Credence's face in the cloud. Eddie steps forward.
It's that Salem boy.
Okay, but he is not under the age of 10?
Yeah, but it's him.
But you said one of those things definitely had to be someone under the age of 10.
What?
So, I guess let's try and save him?
Everyone stands there for a moment.
I'm just trying to get this bird to Arizona. I don't know if fine.
The giant cloud gets closer to them. Then everything pauses. That voiceover from film 17 returns. Okay, so there's more things you need to know here. Film 24, more things you might need to know about the second coming of the second church of, them. So, Credence, the kid with the hair, totally killed his mom, the woman with the hair, earlier, but we didn't quite know that was him, which led to this, where we see Graves talking to Credence.
You're a dumb, unattractive boy with a weird haircut. Definitely kids with magic. And nothing magical about you. Where's your sister? She's probably got magic in her.
Then, just a seconds later, the wall just crumbled and a very magical, evil Credence was standing there.
Yeah, okay, takesy backsies.
No takesy backsies! Destroyed lots of stuff, and he was surrounded by a bunch of government officials, and he was destroying them too. And just like that, Credence became the most fantastical of all the beasts destroying the city, at which point Eddie here knew just where to find him. Hey, that's the name. Scene 38. Tina, Eddie, and Graves all stand in front of the giant Credence cloud. They are talking him down.
Credence!
Credence!
Film 25, dude, where's my fantastic beast?
Credence! Come on, Credence. It's me, Graves. Just good old Graves. You beautiful, sexy cloud of magic. Come on.
He's lying, Credence. You remember me, right? I tried to help you. I want to help you again. Credence,
I don't know you. We've never met, and we've only been in the same vicinity once, Credence.
Magical Bald Eagle Task Force 6 shows up. They raise their wands.
No! Put your wands down. Anyone who uses them will answer to me. Graves. I'm Graves.
They don't listen. They just throw lots of light magic at Credence. Eventually the cloud of Credence dissipates. He is dead. Maybe? Probably not. Probably. Maybe not. Probably not.
Fool.
Madam President appears.
It was killed on my orders, Mr. Graves. He was exposing us all by, totally destroying the city. People might have noticed that, Graves.
Who do these laws protect? Us or them? Huh? I won't bow any longer.
A random guard leans over to someone close to him.
Is it just me? Or is Graves acting a little different the last few days?
Graves throws out a bunch of spells at people. Eddie jumps in front of Graves.
Hey, dude, where's my fantastic beast?
Graves looks at him oddly.
I don't know.
Eddie throws that flipping beast at Graves.
Oh, shit!
Yes, that's where you can find them.
Eddie has a revelation.
Which is a great name for a book.
Eddie makes a wow face. Then back to me.
Rope spell.
Ropes come out Eddie's wand and wrap around. Graves. Tina points a wand at Graves.
That's Spelladormant.
He's disarmed. Eddie walks over to Graves.
Now, let's find out just who you really are, mister.
Eddie grabs the skin under Graves' chin and starts to pull up. 2.
Called it!
Madam President walks over to him.
Do you think you can hold me?
Not at all, Mr. Depp. But we certainly can pretend we might.
2 magical task force bald eagle soldiers grab on Christ Johnny Depp and they drag him off. He looks into Eddie's eyes. Film 26. Will we die? Just a little.
Give me that. Just a little. Give me that. Just a little. We die. Just little.
Yes? Yes, we will.
Yeah, that works. Anyway, finally, a surprise, Johnny Depp is dragged away behind him. Everything done. Eddie helped. Johnny, we immediately see Johnny just escape and overpower the guards. Eddie continues to smile. Time cut. Moments later, Guido and Jacob show up. Jacob hands Eddie his cakes. Madam President walks over to Eddie.
We owe you an apology, Mr. Redmayne.
Film 27. Apologies. A random presidential aide speaks up.
Do we though? Yeah, he did us a solid just now. But he still came here illegally with his case full of creatures that got out, super illegal. And avoidable if he just, fixed the locks on the case. Also, he was kind of using magic all the time, everywhere. That's against the law. Taking this guy around with him for a day.
I am Jacob. I'm not magical.
Yeah, who knows what he's seen? He came here without looking up anything about our laws, so...
I'm sorry, Mr. Redmayne, but all wizards are forever exposed. This is going to look very bad for me when I run for re-election. If only we had some way to make all of these people forget the bad memories from the last few days. If only.
Yep, if only. Well, better get going.
Jacob, stop Eddie.
Don't you have a thing?
Oh, yeah!
Time cut. Eddie opens his case. Frank flies out. We hear Frank's voice inside his head.
All right! Finally! Arizona.
Okay, Frank, this isn't Arizona.
Come on! You had one job!
I figure this is close enough.
Anywhere would have been close enough. Wings! Jeez, this guy!
We need you right now.
Yeah, I can't wait to never see you again.
I'll miss you too.
Eddie hugs him and attaches a vial to Frank's foot.
You know what to do.
I don't, but I'll do what I know.
Frank flies! Scene! New York, sky. Frank flies high into the air, thunder, lightning. It begins to rain. Frank breaks open the vial, and it mixes with the rain, and the rain hits everyone on the ground. We see everyone's face sort of crinkle. They feel an odd sensation. They look to each other. And then fire shoots out of their butts! Not a butt fire! Just everywhere! So much butt fire! The camera pans back to the ground where everyone looks at Eddie.
What's wrong, Frank?
5 minutes later, more rain falls and washes away everyone's bad memories. You see every character we've met look up into the rain and forget their bad memories. We also just see some regular wizards who are just living their regular wizard lives, but weren't involved in this particular thing, so they didn't know they shouldn't be outside. They too forget their bad memories. There's a lot of necessary information for their lives. We linger for a moment on Dorothy, that person from the wand department, looking up. She closes her eyes as the rain washes over her. Then she opens her eyes.
Nope, job still sucks.
They go on about her day as the Magical Bald Eagle Task Force members run amongst the people repairing the city. Everything is back to normal. Back to everyone.
Cool, you tested to that, right?
Nope. It's actually a theory. It'll work.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Redmayne, we really appreciate what you did here, but I think for all of our sake, we need you to get out of our country and take care of the Nomad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at Jacob.
Hey, makes sense.
They all shrug, agreeing.
Oh, really? There's no big tearful goodbye from Jacob?
Look, we think you're great. But we've only known you for a very short amount of time, like 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
Yep, so bye.
Jacob walks into the rain, or does he? He does. The camera slowly raises into the sky, and we quickly zoom over to New York's neighbor, New Jersey. Scene! A window. The blinds suddenly open. We see the eyes of Joseph Rivers, Oliver's great-grandfather. He is wearing a protective helmet. He speaks to his wife, Franny Rivers.
Franny!
What is it, honey?
The world's in there!
Film 28, The View from New Jersey.
What?
Baby, you remember yesterday when I was looking out the window and there was that giant cloud destroying New York City and I told you the end times to come?
Vaguely, yes. What's wrong now?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong. For some reason, nothing is wrong.
Great.
No, baby, not great. It looks like everything is perfectly normal there. How does something like that happen?
Well, your cousin lives in the city. Ask him what happened.
That's a good idea.
Joseph, dial his cousin.
Hey, Benny? Yes, Joseph. Cousin from New Jersey. What the fuck happened there yesterday? You okay? What? What do you mean what happened? I'm asking you. You remember anything bad happening? Some fucking giant cloud, a tornado, some shit. That's up. Okay, bye.
Joseph hangs up the phone. He grabs the paper.
Something's not adding up. Hey, look. There ain't nothing in the paper about it. Yeah, right. The way it's been a really unseasonably wet November.
See? Francis Hopkins, Wayne's great-grandfather, sits at the bank, a giant suitcase of expensive personal items with him. He is still a little shaken, but now he is determined.
Mr. Hopkins, Mr. Bingley will see you now.
Film 29, The Third Baker, Part 2. Francis passes Jacob on his way out. Jacob's just glowing with the joy of someone who just got a loan for his bank. He enters the office.
Hi. I'd like to request a loan for a bakery.
Another one? No. Unless you got something worth more than this here case of silver eggs, you can get the hell out. And look at these. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Don't know if there's an egg exchange place. What was I supposed to say? No? No to you! Get out!
With that, Francis Hopkins' life is ruined. His mind finally breaks.
You know what? Fuck this! I'm moving to New Mexico! Or England! Or maybe both! Maybe I'll split up my family and some will live in New Mexico and some will live in England! I don't know! That's what I'm gonna do! Yeah!
See? The harbor! Eddie stands on a boat and is waving goodbye to Tina.
Hi, Eddie. Thank you for getting my job back.
You're welcome. And say, maybe I'll send you a copy of my book, Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic!
And, well, you know, so you can read it.
Tina is not interested.
Oh, yeah.
You can give me your thoughts.
Totally.
Some notes, maybe. Tell me what you think. Read on.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
It'll be a first pass, so it might be a bit rough.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe I'll give it to you in
sails away. We see a quick glimpse of that bug that got out of Eddie's case that no one ever took care of. Oh well. Tina suddenly turns and begins to walk. She stops. Tina looks right at the camera. She smirks menacingly. Someone passes by, and suddenly we see she's actually surprised Johnny Depp.
Give me that. Just,
Credits! Names of human beings who worked on the film appear. Towards the middle, there's a notice. Nobody was harmed during the filming of Dude, Where's My Fantastic Beasts? Who are we kidding? Lots of people were. We're very sorry. Just remember, we share our own little world and our own little city, so always remember, during trying times, don't do what the wizards do. Help everybody out and share. Just be nice. Film 30, the post-credit scene. News editor John Boyce.
Has anyone heard from my son? I haven't talked to him in a few days. I have had such a good couple of days. Nothing bad has happened. Nothing to my memory. I can't seem to get a hold of my son. The extraordinarily prominent senator. Anyone? Does anyone know?
A lot of sympathy for that senator. Cut to black. More credits until surprise film 31. A bunch of fancy schmancy movie studio executives sit around a table.
All right, great, we did it. That's a movie.
Okay then, now to get started on the next 4.
Instead of structure, and we can always rely on the original movies and stories as well to keep things nice and consistent. Simple. No!
Get the kids around! Marching party in a business suit!
I have a couple of fantastic ideas for the next movie.
And the end.